Okay, so welcome everyone to another Ashes of Creation video. So they've actually just wrapped up the September 30th, Alpha 1 early preview, Q&A, dev talk, whatever you want to call it. And this was the footage that they showed. So they showed a good 20 minutes of pretty much just mount footage, focusing on the aquatic mounts. They basically broke down what different types of mounts there are, and then afterwards they started to talk about more of the kind of the mounts, the armor types, and just kind of looked at more of the art. So I thought I'd show some of this gameplay. I'm not going to show all of it because a lot of it was there was a lot of talking and not a lot of doing. So I'm going to skip through some of this so that you guys can see kind of the best bits. I just thought I'd show off the beginning bit just to show you how cool some of these armor sets look. I mean, if I actually just go back a second. If you have a look at that armor, look how cool, like Stephen Sharif's in particular, like has a really cool glowing effect that goes through that shield, as well as Toast's. Just looks absolutely insane. But without further ado, so basically today they talked about aquatic mounts, and all mounts in general, but they particularly talked about aquatic mounts. That's what I'm going to jump over to. And so essentially there are 3 types of land mounts, aquatic mounts, and 2 types of kind of aerial mounts. And basically, yeah, 2 types of aerial mounts. So with the aerial mounts, you have flying mounts, which can only be royalty, and then you also have gliding mounts. So gliding mounts can only glide, but they're not royal mounts. You can use them at any time, but they can only glide. So that's their thing. They glide. If you're on a mountain, I guess, or a cliff, they'll be quite useful for getting around, so you can get to an area lower down without having to go all the way down the mountain. But otherwise, that's it. Flying mounts, of course, they're saying only around 10 to 20 people max per server will be using them at a time, because you have to have that royal status. And then for the aquatic mounts, you have these guys, the aquatic mounts. As you can see, these are basically like turtles with like 8 fins, or whatever you call them for a turtle. And it looks really cool. I should also mention, there's like a weird blur effect that they've put underwater. Supposedly they're still playing around with how it wants to look underwater. My personal suggestion for this would be add like a haziness to the distance, so that there is that level of, you don't know what's in the distance in the water. You don't know if there's a kraken over there because it's just hazy and blurred. But I don't think everything should be blurred because it just doesn't look all that great. And I definitely think it will limit people's enjoyment if they can't see clearly for at least, there needs to be at least like a 20-meter range of clear vision, I would say, underwater. Maybe even a bit more than that. I think Sea of Thieves does a great job at vision underwater. Anywho, so now that we're looking at, these mounts, and they're pretty cool. Then they talked about the land mounts. So they only really kind of got into kind of the fact that there's like 3 tiers. So you have kind of mules. These aren't necessarily donkeys, but they can be, I'm sure. But they kind of showed off, and I'll probably skip over to it. Of course, this is obviously the really cool turtle. That was a pre-order item. It does look very nice. You can get the turtle, I think. You just can't get it with the galaxy kind of space thing on it. If I skip ahead a bit, and the turtle is a tortoise, so it can't swim very fast. Let's skip ahead a bit to the mule mount. Here we go. So the mule mounts, they basically have higher storage capacity, which is really cool. As well as that, there's also going to be group mounts as well. I think I forgot to mention group mounts. Group mounts will actually have specific roles. So you'll have the driver, but then you'll have passenger seats, and passenger seats will be able to do different tasks. We don't know what those are yet. I'm going to presume that maybe some can do like attacking moves, maybe some, I don't know, maybe some can craft, I don't know. But that definitely sounds really cool. And then you've got other kind of land mounts. I'm presuming you'll probably have like a fast land mount instead of, kind of the opposite to a mule. It can't carry anything, but it's really quick. And I imagine there'll probably maybe be more of like a combat mount. We don't really know. They've kind of kept some things hush-hush because they're probably still working on it and it's just not ready to show. But I think that's really cool. Just what they've shown already. And then after this, they pretty much just show some art. I didn't bother recording all of that because there was a lot of it. But I mean, we'll skip to this bit 'cause who doesn't like dragons? I think it's really cool where they're taking it. The art direction looks amazing. 100% I recommend going on their website or watching back this full live stream yourself. You'll be able to watch it in full. Normally a couple of hours. I think it's like 6 to 12 hours after the live stream. They tend to have it up on YouTube. So by the time you've probably seen my video, they'll probably have their video out. Definitely recommend watching it. I recommend watching their past ones as well. Not just to see the full gameplay, but also to see kind of all the things they've talked about. But really, they haven't talked about much this month. I feel like they've probably... The main thing they've said is this month, what they've mainly been working on is getting Alpha 1 ready to go, which is what we're seeing here. Making sure that they're bug fixing, optimizing it to run on hardware, and just generally getting it ready. Because Alpha 1, if you don't know, is for the really early backers / creators who have managed to get access. So you will have people such as Asmongold, who's getting 50k plus viewers on Twitch, showing off this game. So of course they want to make sure it's in the best possible condition by the time Alpha 1 comes. Of course it's going to be Alpha 1 though, and there's Alpha 2, about Beta 1, Beta 2, before launch even comes. So you can't expect too much from them. But otherwise, man, this game just keeps coming along. The armor sets that they're bringing in, there's like such a rich variety of armors and mounts. Just the art style is so varied. I think there's like 8 different races. I can't wait to see kind of the real intricacies between those races. I definitely want to do at some point a video on the races and on the classes. Hopefully they actually do a month where they just talk about that sort of stuff, because I would really like to see some video, a bit more video on the races and classes that you can do. I'm sure that'll probably be in the next couple of months, because I feel like that's quite a big thing they need to start showing off before Alpha 1. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I've got to say. I didn't bother getting to the Q&A bit, just because in my opinion the Q&A they tend to do rehash quite a few questions. But I'm sure everyone brings out different videos around Ashes of Creation. So if you're wanting more information, you can go to Ashes of Creation. Other creators I'm sure will do longer takes on these videos. You see Asmongold doing the full reaction to the full live stream. So there's plenty of information out there on this game if you're looking for more. I've even made more videos on this game. And it just looks awesome, man. They also went into a little bit on cosmetics. This is my final point, is that with paid cosmetics, which is the only type of paid items you'll be able to get, they do not unlock the item. So if you get a mount cosmetic, you actually have to unlock the standard version of that mount, such as with the turtle, before you can then use the Galaxy Turtle skin. Same with this horse that we can see here, although the horse is a level 1 mount. So I think, all in all, I mean, it's just looking... I mean, look. Let's go back to this turtle. Look how cool this turtle looks, man. The galaxy even moves as the turtle moves. It looks awesome. They're really putting a lot of time into the VFX here, the SFX, all of the kind of the different types of effects in this game. And I would look at that animation as well. So much character. But otherwise, so yeah, if you pay for something, pre-order, whatever, don't worry that other people might be getting an advantage because they pre-ordered earlier than you, so they've got more rewards or whatever. And by the way, yes, rewards are timed, so make sure you pre-order as soon as... you don't have to pre-order, of course, there's no box cost, it's only going to be a subscription fee. But if you want to back the game, you still can, and the earlier you do it, the more rewards you'll get over time, as the rewards change every month. And you always get the latest rewards, plus the ones you had from starting the pre-order. So I think that's really it to get into. I think the payment model is going to be so good for this game. I think just having a subscription and cosmetic only microtransactions, but no box cost and no pay to win stuff, is just such a good move. And what can I say? The game's looking great. This is just a smaller month, of course. They're trying to obviously get the game close to being Alpha 1 ready. So not as much information as I would have liked. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.